In tonight's edition of Our Desert Past, we're going to Desert Hot Springs to visit a pile of rocks on 3rd Street. But don't worry, NBC Palm Springs' Steve Sumrall assures us this is far more interesting than it sounds.
When it comes to architecture, there are many brilliant designs around the Coachella Valley, but this house in Desert Hot Springs really rocks.
This building was built in 1946. This is one of the original buildings in Desert Hot Springs. It was one of the first subdivisions in Desert Hot Springs. And I believe the man that built this was Lee Watkins, and built this entirely out of local materials.
And the majority of those local materials? Rocks.
This is the historic rock house. Originally, they referred to it as Pile of Rocks.
And if I had to wager a guess as to why it was called Pile of Rocks, well, it would most likely be its uncanny resemblance to a pile of rocks.
And the rock was sourced all from, as we're on this alluvial plain, from the area.
And by the way, how do we know it was called Pile of Rocks? Well, builder Lee Watkins printed those very words on this 1947 postcard.
It's mostly all rock and stone. You can see the fireplace here. To my knowledge, there is no nails in the construction itself. It's post and beam construction, and it has the pegs as opposed to nails. They didn't do nails. So you can see on the large structural supports, they actually have the peg that goes through.
Some of the elements featured within this 1,300 square foot property are a beautifully crafted wood ceiling, an octagonal shaped window facing the sunset, and several doors, each one uniquely shaped to fit its function.
It's just planks held together with a copper strip.
And some things that I personally can't explain. You have a door within a door.
Yep.
And you know why that is?
No idea.
Outside is equally as impressive, with its desert cactus, a large stone arch leading to a backyard built for entertaining. And for those much cooler days, there's an outdoor fireplace. After the last owner passed away, this 1946 vernacular rock house went up for sale and was purchased by the Desert Hot Springs Historical Society in 2019. In August of 2020, the County of Riverside designated this rock house to be a historic landmark.
We've spent a significant amount of money bringing it up to code, and also new roof. We do have some air conditioning we put in here, security system, things like that. Right now, we're in the process of doing the minor repairs and minor improvements to the inside.
And there's more work to be done.
We are going to build an external ADA bathroom, as well as grading and a ramp to get into the front door so that people with mobility issues can actually enjoy this.
And enjoying all of this is the point of all this work. Upon completion of the renovation, the rock house will be open to the public as a tourist attraction, as well as being the new home to the Historical Society's archives and library. It's a pile of rocks on 3rd Street, and a part of our desert past. From Desert Hot Springs, Steve Sumrall, NBC Palm Springs, News First.